There we go. Technical difficulties. So let me know that you can hear me. I think I was just talking and nobody was hearing me talk. It's just me today. Renee's out, but he'll be back next week. So today I'm going to do some app audits. So I've done this before. This is now, I think, the third time I've done it. This is something I do regularly in my own membership. I help people run memberships of 22 Social and things like that, among other tools. 22 Social is probably the biggest tool that I train on, but every once in a while I do this here. I like doing it. So hopefully you saw my post I shared earlier today. If you want to comment with your smart link, I'll take a look at it. But we also have a new feature that we're going to, it's not a new feature, but it's an update it's an update to a feature that I'm excited about. I hope that you will be too. I was playing around with it today. I have a bunch of ideas of how I'm going to use it. So I think you guys will like it too. Let me take a look over at comments and make sure you guys can hear and see me. I'm super casual today. Bangs are not working. So I'm a little sweaty. Got my Lion King t-shirt on, no Niners gear today. But let me know where you guys are at. You know, what's the weather like there? How's your February or your March going? How's your leap year going? All of that, and any questions you have. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. Let me pull the presentation back up. And I'll switch over here. I'll do my best to monitor these comments as I am by myself today, but it shouldn't be difficult. All right, so like I said, we're going to do, I call them app audits. I think in the past I've called them app reviews or overviews, but in my membership I call them audits. So I think I'm just going to keep the same naming convention. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. I want to make sure that for those of you joining us here, welcome to episode 107. And we are working with dream builders. So we want to make sure you're in the right place. What is your dream? What are you working towards? You know, are you a dream builder? If any of this applies to you, then you possibly are. We want you to keep watching. But we define our dream builders as, first of all, someone who is passionate about both the products or services that you deliver, you provide for people, but also the people that benefit from that, the people you are helping with that. So you're really passionate about that. You are doing what you love. You want to create an online business that earns 10,000 or more stable, recurring monthly income, something that allows you to live a desired lifestyle and ultimately stop trading your time for money and really be able to take this as far as your heart desires. You want to build this online and you want to do it with people. You've got to be willing to build a community at some point, right? You're working with people, you're helping people. You want to build meaningful relationships that may eventually lead and can eventually lead to a community that's going to grow your business on a social platform like Facebook and Facebook groups. That's going to allow you to reach more people and really scale your business and ultimately help more people because you're reaching more people with your solutions and your expertise. And you've got to be willing to put in the time and work to create this dream business. A dream, takes time to build and become a reality, but you want to do it in the right ways, follow the right steps so that it lasts. You want to have lasting impact, income, that lifestyle fulfillment that is long-term and not something that you have to keep chasing and keep recreating. So that's our kind of definition of, if this fits in your box, you are a dream builder and we want to help you. So to get that dream, out of your head and then onto, in reality, something concrete, you need kind of a guideline, right? So when someone goes out to build something, they follow some type of blueprint or guide. So we have the Dream Builder Blueprint, a set of building blocks, milestones, things that are going to help you achieve your goal, but keep you on the path so that you can get where you're trying to get. So the first part of that, the bottom of that pillar there, that where you're trying to climb to, starts with your dream. It's everything that it's why you're doing what you're doing. It's why you're here. And really thinking about what that is. What does your life look like? The business that's going to fund that lifestyle. And really, think about how many income streams that is and what your day-to-day looks like, from, how many hours you're working to where you're working, what you're wearing when you're working, how you're doing that and delivering your expertise, which is the next step. What is it that you are delivering? What can you promise and commit to deliver to give results to an ideal client. Who is that ideal client? What are you delivering? And can you promise and commit to do that? What is that special thing that only you can do? We all do different things, kind of in the same wheelhouse, the same area, the same genre, the same expertise category, but we're all uniquely different. So the way you deliver it and the way you help people is uniquely you. Doing that and finding the people who could benefit from that, benefit from exactly what it is that you do well, that you know well, that you can either teach well or help somebody with, and reach out and invite trusting prospects that need results. So people that you can think of just a handful of people that could benefit from a service you offer, whether that's reaching out for a one-on-one call or letting someone know about a course that you just launched, even if it's maybe like a beta launch of it, or something like that, but reaching out and actually inviting people to take you up on an offer. You're going to learn really good from feedback. You're going to learn about, is my pricing right? My delivery method. What are your most needed core products, or what type of education is either needed or missing in the delivery. So you'll be able to figure all that out. And this is going to allow you to create additional content, additional products or services. And, you may even come up with additional streams of income that you probably would not have thought of. So this is super important to get out there and invite. And figuring all this out is going to allow you to create systems that we're going to let you nurture these people, and the solutions you offer to the people that I call them the recipients, right, of that transformation. You'll be able to nurture that relationship, continuously and systematically deliver value to your existing clients and customers, members, but also to those that are prospects that maybe have taken you up on a free offer but haven't yet committed. So this is really important, but you've got to do the steps before that, before you can start really nurturing. And you'll know the best way to do that by taking the steps in this order. It's only then, once you have something that works, something that people are willing to pay for, and a systematic way to deliver it, that you can begin attracting more business and adding attraction strategies that are going to grow what you have, and also some new ideas, new income strategies, and really expanding. You'll know how to word your copy, and what kind of ads to create. Things like fun stuff or boring stuff, depending on who you are running analytics. Sometimes people just want to jump to this stage, but start asking for referrals or doing some type of affiliate program. Figure it out first, what the best way to get to this point, and then start growing and building on those attraction strategies, following the blueprint, and then making money along the way, building that dream and setting it up for long-term success. So hopefully that sounds good to you, and we can help you do that today. So I'm going to, I'm not seeing comments, so I'm wondering if somebody say hello, because I hope that my mic isn't messed up. Let me go back and listen. Just tell me you can hear me, because I did stream today in another group, and it's a slightly different platform, and so that always kind of messes me up. That only happens on the first Tuesday of the month, but that is today. Today is the first Tuesday of the month. Let me see. I'm going to look at live videos really quick on the page. Hopefully it doesn't slow down too much. And while I'm pulling that up, let me go to my next slide, because I want to talk to you a little bit about these app audits that I do. Comment with your smart link, add me as a secondary manager, and describe what it is you need. Just give me a little bit of feedback. If you just want to review it, just say great, but I need to know what the goal is, what you're trying to accomplish, so that I can make sure that you're set up to achieve that correctly. All right, so I'm going to leave this slide up. I'm going to switch back over to where I was checking the live. Just make sure that sound's coming through. Okay, and I don't have this muted. It's supposed to be in my ear. That's the other thing that gets messed up when I switch over from one to the other. Awesome. Hey there. Thanks. Okay, I see you guys. Yay. Hey, girl. All right, I see you guys. Awesome. What's my smart link? Cool. Asking for a friend. Awesome. That is a really good question. I'm going to get into that. So the smart link is every app install gets one. So let me show you where you can find. It's funny you asked that. So what is a smart link? I'm psychic. So from the admin dashboard at the top of your app, click on the icon link. It's a little link icon. And then this window will pop up here that you see. Let me see if I put it up. Yeah. Now, if you don't know how to get there, I'll show you. But if you do know how to get to your app, that's where you find your smart link. And what I'd love for you to do is just copy the permanent smart link. That will help me out. You can use other ones for this example, but I want you guys to get in the habit of using the permanent because first of all, it's shorter, but there's lots of reasons why I recommend that. But any of those links, just send me the link to your app. That's where you find it. Now, if you can't get to your app or you're like, where the heck's my app dashboard? You can go to tutus.com/account. And when you click on that, you'll see the My Apps button at the top. You should actually, if you just leave it alone, it'll load already on the My Apps tab. But anytime you click on the My Apps tab at the top, and that's this right here, then all of your apps will be listed there, and they're grouped by page. So if you have them under more than one page, then you'll have to look for the page. But look for the app listed below. And again, they're grouped by page. And that same little link icon that I showed you in the first example will be right there. And when you click on that, that same window will pop up. And then you can copy your smart link from there. So it should pop up with this same little window like this. And then go ahead and grab that, the link there. The permanent, the vanity is fine. Just don't give me the direct. Permanent's always a good one. All right, so hopefully that helps. And I toggled the screen off, so let me come back. All right, awesome, cool, Dee. Make sure I'm saying that right. I think it's Dee. Not that D is your middle name and D is your first name. Hey, Gail. And, I don't know if I'm going to mess up your name, but I'm going to call you Callie, okay? That's what I usually do when I don't know names. I make up nicknames for like my members. And then they're like, no, that's how I say that is my nickname. All right, so that is how you get your smart link. The other thing I need you to do is add me as a secondary manager. You'll need to do this for every app that you want me to look over and review. So the same way you do that, same place up at the top, but you're going to click on the little person icon. And then in the box, you're going to enter my 22 social ID number, which is 45927. It's also in the description of this post. So if you scroll up to where this video is playing, in the description of it is my number. All right. So I'll need that for every app you want to give me access to. And just like the smart link, the secondary manager settings can also be found in my apps. So tutus.com account, click on my apps, and you can follow the same process of clicking on the little person inside like the list of links there. So find the link, the app that you want me to work on, click on admins, and the rest is the same. It'll pop up that same window. All right, so let me go back over to comments so I can make sure I can see what I have here. All right, cool. So, and here's the bummer is that I can't copy from the comments here. I have to switch back over. I forgot about that last time, which is kind of a bummer. Let me go back over. I'm going to start with yours here. I'm in MLSP. Me either. I'm trying to read. Oh, I have no idea what the program. All right. So today I choose me. I'm going to go ahead and just type that in. I'm going to pop it over in a new window. Give me a second here, and then we'll make sure I have it up right before. Last time I pulled one up and there was a typo in it, and I mean, I could copy from the comments, but sometimes when I pull up the comments, I think this is it here, or, the actual live feed, it slows down the computer. So I don't want to run the live playback while I'm doing that. Let me know if this looks right, Gail. Make sure that that is correct. Yeah, number is 45927 for anyone who still needs that in there. All right. And let me know, Gail, what it is you are looking to do. So I'm going to switch over while I'm waiting for you to tell me a little bit about that. I'm going to switch over here to the front. And just to kind of let you guys know, this here is how you toggle between the main content, which is only visible after your visitor buys or registered, if the gate is enabled, so if your gate's not enabled, everybody starts here. But if you have the gate enabled, the public will start on the gate side. And that's like your opt-in page or your sales page. This is what they'll see first if you have it enabled. So how do I know if my app's enabled, right? So you'll always start here when you're logged in as you. You will always, the public doesn't see this at the top. This is your dashboard. And you'll always start on this side. So don't freak out and say, this is not what it's supposed to look like. They're supposed to see this first. You, as the admin, have to switch over to Gate to see this side and edit the side. And this is what I mean by enabled. If you don't see this enabled, slide it over until it says enabled and save. If this is enabled, that means that the public and it's published. So whenever somebody comes to this smart link or any of your smart links, the permanent or the vanity, they will land here first unless they've already purchased or enrolled. Now let's see, this is just at a quick glance. Awesome, you've got the PayPal and the Stripe. Okay, so this is this a subscription or is it a one-time? I'm just gonna skim it very quickly. I might break this up and maybe use like bullet points to talk about what it is, and then a call to action just before the buttons, like, yes, I'm ready to start today and let people know what it is they're paying for. If it's a subscription, $10 a month or a one-time fee of $97 or something like that. That would be my first. Let me see. It's a subscription for moms. They are not handy with computer stuff. They are having an issue subscribing. Okay, so and maybe tell me more about what that issue is. But on the technical side, I'll check that out just to see if like functionally it's correct. So the first thing I want to look at is your access buttons, which you have it as a PayPal subscription. What's this? This is not on. And then you have the Stripe subscription. Okay. And I don't know if they've coded these to be where they're like blurred out. And so I'm just going to pop over. I know it went away, but I just want to check your Stripe settings over here without revealing your key, like your publishable key and your private key. Okay, so your keys are in there correctly. And your plan ID is billing monthly. I'm just going to close this and pop it over. I got to figure out a better way to do that now. I know with PayPal one, we have it like it doesn't show. I think I could mention that a while back. I'm like, when I do audits, can we make it so that it's not visible? So you have these two on, correct? They're set up. Let me also check in. Do you have a Facebook group with this? You do? Okay, great. Let me just copy this and make sure it actually goes to the group it's supposed to go to. And I love that you are using the all numeric, even if you have a vanity. That's always a safe bet for this because if that changes, the link changes, but the number is always the same. Okay, cool. All right, so that looks good. All right, now this button here, this check mark here, what that means is I'll tell you what that means right now. When they click either of these options, they're going to go, with this one, they're going to go to PayPal and pay. With this one, I'll show you what that looks like actually, because it's a little bit different than PayPal. And I didn't include this in the tutorial I did on Stripe because I hadn't gotten that far yet, right? So it'll be an update, but I want to show you where people pay when it's Stripe. So on PayPal, they'll do this, right? I'm going to say, yes, that's me. I'm going to confirm. Let me update this really quick so that it goes into a different folder. And I'm going to hit continue. See this? That's pretty cool, right? I like that it has, it's right here. So you don't have to go to PayPal. I may actually use your app as a screenshot for training. I hope that's okay, Gail. This is cool. All right. So what that means is for this one, they're going to go to PayPal and they'll choose to either, this is a subscription, so they do have to use PayPal. They'll have to log in with PayPal and pay. And then on this one, if they choose Stripe, they'll see this after hitting continue and they'll pay. Once they hit pay, either here or the checkout button on PayPal, they are automatically sent back here normally. and they'll see this, right? Without this top part, right? It'll say all of this, and they'll now have access to this. That's how you, most people have it set up. When you check that box in your settings over here that says send the subscriber to your gate, to your group after gate registration, this means, and let me make it bigger. I know I have trouble seeing it, so let me. This means when they first register, they will be directed to the group. They will only see this main content if they ever come back here. So if they come back to your tutoS.com/iChooseMe, if they ever click that link and come back and they've already paid, then they will see this. Let me show you. They'll see this side. All right, make it a little bit smaller because it's right in my face. Then they'll always see this. But when they first pay, after they check out here and they say pay now, or they check out on PayPal, because you have that checked, this is where they go after checkout. They're never going to see that side unless somehow in here or in an email you say, hey, check out the instructions here, and you send them back. You send them back over here. If you don't need them to see all this right when they register, and you have a way to get them back here, like in a follow-up email, or you post about that you put this link in the group for members who've already paid and say, go back to the, whatever you call this, I have to call mine the members area. Go back to the members area and link back, that's fine if you don't need them to see it. But if you had like, first step is this, or here's what you need to do, or join the Facebook group, they're not going to see any of those instructions if you have that checked. But that could be what you wanted. I just wanted to let you know that if you want them to see this first, and then you want to give them instructions on how to join the Facebook group, you'll want to uncheck that box. We did a walkthrough that kind of goes over this whole process. I have a slide about it later because I'm going to show you some updates where we did a whole group tutorial. Really quick, if I can put the, let me hide your comment here. If I can put the link in here. Yeah, good. Glad you like the bullet points. Let me put a little, I'm going to add a little banner. There's that. I usually have that up, but I'm going to create a new one. And I believe it is tutoS.com/notes/tutorial. And I'm going to do that, and we'll show that. If you go there, which I'll just paste that here so you can see it. There's a whole tutorial that walks through setting up a membership and all the different components. The only thing this is missing is the ability to add Stripe as an option, because that was released after I set up this tutorial and after these were recorded. But it's a 5-part series on every step component of it. So, how you set up the Facebook group, how you, what you do with the login and the main content. So check that out. It's tutoS.com/notes/tutorial. That'll help. Let me go back to some questions over here and see what else you had questions about. Great on bullet points, and I will, yes. And we actually talk about copy ideas. So in this, we go over like ideas for what to say on the main content. Let's see, what to do in your preview posts. We go over the sales copy. We have a formula for your gate. If you have videos, formulas for that, access settings. So this is a really good resource. I think that will help you. But functionally, that it is working. It looks like it is. Let me check again if you have, or really quick, if you have a CRM connected, which is like a MailChimp or something, if you want to send them a newsletter. So you don't have that connected, which is fine, unless you needed to. So if you had that connected and you meant to, I'm here to tell you that it's not connected. So I can walk you through how to do that. Let's see. So our folks are starting on our page. The page link says 22 Social. The moms are not clicking this link. Is there a way to make the link to my 22 Social with an updated? Oh, that's another good thing. Let's look at your preview image. Okay, so you actually don't have anything in here. Okay, so what you want to do, and this is covered in part 2, the preview post and the app gate, the image, title, description, copy. That's what I'm looking at right here. That's your image, title, description. You need to upload an image here. So just let me just play around for a minute. Let's just say this was the image you wanted to use, okay? I'm going to copy the image address just by right-clicking on it. I'm going to click up here where it says preview. That is your Facebook share details. That's what shows up when you share this link. And, oh, no, I'm not going to upload. Let me hit cancel. I'm not going to upload an image. You could just upload it from your computer. So whatever you have there, it tells you right here what the best size is. I just copied that link because I got it from your first picture. So we're going to pretend like I uploaded that. And here's where you would add a title. And I'm just going to come over here and grab some copy like this. And we'll just you can write whatever you want, but I'm just going to put this in here for you for now. I'm going to copy that. And all of this doesn't show. So yeah, that's actually good. But just so you know, like when you share this, I'm going to hit save. Now, when I put this in, waiting for my save prompt to come up. While I'm waiting for that, let me hide this. Yes, you're welcome. So yeah, you can upload any image really, actually. Let me take this off, this banner. I have to remember to do this when I'm doing this by myself. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna open up the 22 Social group. So I'm just gonna go up here because I already have this tab open. I don't wanna edit the note. I just wanna go back out to the group. This doesn't give me the, bummer. All right, if I go to edit, sometimes if I cancel, it'll show me the group link. It's not. All right. Let me just go back out to, this is going to take me to the page because the page wrote the note. Oh, but that's not the group. Sorry, that is not the group. No wonder. Let me just pick up the group right here on the side. Dream Builder. All right, so what I'm going to do, Gail, is I'm going to close this. I'll come back and take your, I'll use the screenshot from this replay. Oh, that was really slow. It's probably because I have a lot open. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take your link. I'm just going to grab the permanent. All right. I also would nickname this only because if you don't, when you go to My Apps, after you create more, this could be the only one you've created. You only have one, great. When you have a whole bunch of these, you're not going to know what the heck 120138 is. Trust me. So the nickname will replace that number. It'll still always be that number. So if you're using that number in a link somewhere, it won't change. But give your app a nickname. Like, you know, whatever. It depends. Everybody's business is different. So you can identify it, because if you're going to create more like a course or a free contest, you know, you can name that one contest. You can name this one membership, and you'll know what they are from the list. So let me copy this. I think I already did that, but let me copy it. And I'm going to post that in here, and you'll see when I post this, it'll fetch a preview there, and that's what it'll show. And actually, once you see that, you don't even have to leave it in there. You could actually take it out. I could say we're reviewing, and see if it finds you in here. Let me make sure I'm tagging the right person. Gail, that was you. Let me go back. I'm toggling between screens. Live right now. Join us. I should probably have the link in there, but let me hit post. See how the image stays in there, even though I took the link out, and that's what gets shared. So that's what's seen in the news feed. So That's kind of cool. A little bit of publicity for you there. All right, let's go back. Yes. I don't know what that was for, but yeah, okay, cool. But hopefully that makes sense. So that could help with this. So I'm going to go back to your other question here. They're starting on our page. The link says 22 social. Okay, so it also depends on where you're sharing this. If I go to your page, I'm going to click on it here because I can get to your page from here. Today I choose me. One of the things I recommend, and check out this video. I saw it when I looked over in the banners here. I still had the link for it. There is a, it's one of my YouTube videos from a long time ago, but still really helpful. MonicaRamos.tv/optimize22. It goes over how to make your app visible. One of the things that's really important is people do not come to your page. No one's coming. Think about how many times you go to a business page. What we do as Facebook users is we scroll through our newsfeed most often on our phone. We are not visiting pages. So when you tell people click the such and such tab on my page or go to my page, they're not going to do that. What you want to do is share that link. So when you post this link in here like this, yeah, so it'll change once you fix that and you pin it. It'll look nice here, but they're not going to come here to see it unless you're telling people, go to my Facebook page and look for this link, which I don't recommend. I recommend just sharing it. And then anyone who is a follower here, sharing it to your friends too on your personal profile, they'll see it, that post in their newsfeed. And that's what's going to take them to this page. Let me get out of here. Okay. But if you want to really boost up your app, your page, I would recommend, I don't know if you have a shopping, if you need the shopping tab here, but I would change this to like a learn more or enroll or subscribe, or there's different options you can choose, and make the link your smart link for that. Whatever the smart link is, the one we just copied and shared, put the link behind your call to action button, and then also pin it to the top. Another thing is you have photos above posts. So you can actually go into your tabs. Let me see if I can try it with, it's got to be a page that I'm an admin of. So if I go to, like, you know how like at the top, it's got this white bar. If you're an admin of a business page, go to edit or settings. Sorry, they changed a little bit. Settings for your page. And over here, you're going to click on templates and tabs. So settings, templates, and tabs. That Optimize 22 video that I have posted, the link goes over this too. Goes over everything. In there, you're going to want to then move posts above photos. It doesn't matter where, as long as the post is anywhere above photos or all the way at the top. That will then make, let's go back over here, that will then make all of this stuff secondary to your posts. So right now you have your tabs in this order. Just go to your edit, grab posts, and drag it to the top like so. So from wherever it is, I have to remember where it is here, it's under customer login. I would find posts on your page and just go like this and bring it all the way up to the top. That way, when people visit your page, if that's something you're sending people to your business page, they will see posts before anything else you've added on this page. So just a couple of tips. That MonicaRamos.tv/optimize22 goes over a lot of tips like this for optimizing your page, your apps for desktop and mobile viewers. Just keep in mind that, awesome, I'm glad you like that. Just keep in mind that people are, number one, not going to your page. Two, they're scrolling through their news feed. Three, most likely on mobile. So saying things like, look for the tab that says nobody's looking for any tabs, nobody's going to any pages. Get over the fact, forget about the page tabs. For those of you who have them or want them, nobody's coming here. Trust me, you need to send it out just like you would any link and put it everywhere in your email signature. Send it out at the, put it, if you have a video about this topic or you're live streaming, in the description of that text, always add your smart link. So whenever somebody wants to know more about an image, a post, a blog post, a Facebook note, a YouTube video, an Instagram bio, anything where you can put a link, especially right here on this button, smart link to your main app, the one where you're either selling a product or you're capturing leads. That's probably the best advice I could give anyone. I think that will help you. So far, that doesn't seem to be like, functionally, everything's working. Just make sure that you come check. If you want people to see the main content before they go to the gate, uncheck this. And then somewhere on the main content side, explain to them that they have a Facebook group, and then say, click the button. For example, you can do on this side. Let's see, maybe this is your button for your group. On here, yeah, I wouldn't even do this. So you don't have to do that. We have a button called group that will pull from whatever group you attached on the front page. So if you're not seeing, this doesn't apply to you, Gail, because you do have it, but if anyone's watching this and they're not seeing the word group here as an option, it's because it doesn't apply to this app because you don't have a group attached. So the first thing you do, which Gail did correctly, is on your advanced settings of your gate, put the URL of your Facebook group. That's number one. I personally would uncheck this, save it, and then over here, when you have a button that's the button that takes people to the Facebook group, the button type is group. But this button type, because there's URL, there's message, there's refer. So again, like refer will not be available if this is an ungated app, because you can't refer on ungated apps. So the gate's on, so this option's available to her. She has a group link, so this option's available to her. If you just click this, your button text and your subtext stays the same. That doesn't change, but it eliminates the error of putting in a URL, maybe putting in a typo or not putting it in right. If you just select group, it's going to grab whatever group you've connected to this on the front. So I'm not going to make any changes on yours. So I just hit cancel everything, but hopefully that helps you with some of the tips there and helps other people as well. That's a really good question. That's a common thing. We have a free group of almost 8,000 moms. So I just need to post my new photo. Yes. So what I would do is go to preview. Well, I already put this one up for you, but if you have another one, you can create one. The dimensions are 1200 by 630. That's what they recommend. If you go bigger than that, but you're still like in this aspect ratio, it'll just size it down to that. But that would be good. I would do it at least 1200 by 630. Anything else will get cropped. And then title and description, just don't worry so much about this as the image, because you can't control how much actually gets seen here. It really depends on browser settings, if they're on their phone, how they have their font set up. So it cuts off after a few lines. Usually if you have something super important to say, I would say it in the title or like in the first 5 words. Other than that, rely on the image, because it's not really, if we go back over here, see how this is all that shows. Oops. Created by the mom. So see, it ends there and it's kind of like ... So don't worry about that. But if the picture tells me enough to make me want to click on it, like even if you put like a picture of a finger clicking here, that would be helpful. And I think over on the, I closed already. Check out that tutorial. There were some examples of people, for that. So I think that'll really help you out. Yeah, but I would share this. So this is what it'll look like in the group. Here's another tip. We do have a reveal I want to get to, so I'll do that next. But I do want to offer this little tidbit. I love using this feature. It's super underutilized. And I just did a training in my membership that I'm going to be posting for March on just this topic right here, because it is super helpful. It's the tracking code. Now, it's a little techie, so, you don't have to, if this is overwhelming, it's not a big deal. But if you guys, so those of you who like to play with, new tools and toys, what I would do for you, Gail, is in your group, I would get this link. And at the end of the link, so I would copy it, right? I'm going to copy this. You can copy that one too. The only reason I don't recommend using the vanity all the time is because if you ever come and change the nickname of this or your username, that's actually your username, not even your nickname. If you change your own username here to something else, or if you use the nickname and you change the nickname of the app to something else, everywhere you've used this vanity, that link will not work. So I always like to use the permanent for that reason. So anyway, I copied that. I hope I did. If not, let me grab it again because I can't remember. And at the end, let's see, I'll make it, I wonder if I could do like a notepad. Yeah, let me just, I'll just write it in here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, I'm not really going to put it here, but I'm using this as a box to show you what I'm going to do. At the end of a link, I'm going to say the question mark T code equals, and then whatever you put here will show up in the SRM. So if you're sharing this with your group of those 8,000 moms, whatever the name of that group is, let's just for pretend, we'll say it's the 8K group. All right, this is the link that I would share. Okay, so I only did that just so I could show you how I wrote it. You don't actually put it in there, okay? But you copy your link and you add a T code. And what that will show is in this SRM column over here. I don't know if you guys ever noticed there's a T code. It will say in here whatever you put after the equal sign of that T code link. So we had 8K group, right? It'll say 8K group, and you'll know that these people, Tammy, whoever has that 8K, that's where that lead came from. And you can change the T code on everywhere. So sometimes I'll do like my call to action button on the page. If I go back out to the page here and I want to change the call to action button for 22 social, and by call to action, I'm talking about this button up at the top. I'll let that load for a second, but this shop now, I can make that T code equals CTA, and I know that that's my CTA button on my page, and that's how I'll know that that's how people found me. So when you go here and you click on edit button, and it asks you for a link. So what are we using here? And I'll just hit cancel when we're done. But let's say if I wanted to do learn more, and I wanted to, what do they have back there? I think they had it as watch video. But if I were to do that and hit next, where do we put here? Website link. When you add your website link, that's what I would put here. But I would actually add the prefix because it's going to tell you that that link's not good. The Facebook page wants this in front of it for it. And then here's where I would put something like CTA, or you can put it in all caps. Whatever you write after this T code equals, I know it's super tiny here, that's what's going to show up in that column when the person uses that link. And that's a really cool way to track which leads are doing best for you. I've got them for everywhere. YouTube, my CTA button, or different groups that I share links in. So just a little tidbit there, right? Okay, I could go on and on of these little things. If you guys like this, I actually do a lot of this training in my own membership. So let me know if you want some more information on that. All right, I'm going to switch over to an announcement. Do I have that up? It's an update too. I kind of want to recap too some of the recent news and updates. I'm going to go through this really fast because we have, I've done this before, but if I know there's a few new people here today, or you haven't been on one of these in a while, here's some of the things that we've gone over. The membership workflow tutorial that I was showing you earlier, the 22s.com/notes/tutorial. That was a 5-part series from October through November of last year. And it kind of goes over the whole process, all the different components of your membership. That would be a really good resource for you, Gail. Then we went over we announced the multiple gate buttons, if you weren't aware, in September. That's what this happened. You can now do, so if you're new, this doesn't matter to you, but for those of you who've been around for a long time, we used to not be able to have multiple pay options on the same gate. We had to create a separate gate for monthly, for yearly, no longer have to do that. So up to 4 buttons on a single gate. And we went over that on episode 85. Then in October, we actually had a couple of updates. We had a new Chrome extension for groups, which allows you to color code your members based on whether they're active, inactive, and all that. Really helps with letting people in when they're requesting, kicking people out when they've stopped paying. That was in October. Then we did an update to that for Messenger in January, and we recently did another update on that just last week for Messenger. Same Chrome extension, but it color codes your contacts in Messenger by for follow-up, like green means money, clients, or red is red hot lead. And you can add dates with follow-up dates, and it'll turn red when you're past due, and you can put notes and reminders. So that's really cool. And I told you I'm gonna go through this fast because we've already done this, but I just want to give you an update on some of the things that we've covered. And I like doing these on app audits because if I don't get any app audits, then I can take time going over the latest news and reviews, news and updates. So the big one we announced earlier or last month was Stripe. You can now take payments with Stripe. So that's really cool. I did a whole tutorial on this. In fact, there is a note in this, in the Dream Builder group, the Facebook group, that walks through the whole tutorial. Now it's a 30-minute video, but it's like 7 different parts. Each one's just a few minutes. It's I'm creating a course for my members with individual videos, but for 22 Social, I wanted to put it all in one, but I time-stamped it. So if you want to know like what to do specific things, like how to create a product ID, where do I enter my plan ID, I reference where in the video you can go for that information. So check that out. That is, it's in the group, so I'll link to it. Let me see if I can copy this and it'll open it right here. It's a note like this. So I'll put this link in the comments if you haven't checked that out. And did that close my whole thing, my presentation? It did, because I clicked on the link. Let me go full screen again. Ah! Sorry, guys. Oh, please don't start from the beginning. That was my bad. Oh, good. All right. All right, let me close some of these too, because I don't want them to, I'm letting this load too. And let me grab my notes. I get all discombobulated when I mess up. All right, I just want to get back on track and not slow things down. All right, so, and I'm going to close these. Let me know if you have any other questions or if anything wasn't clear on any of this. I'm just bringing my slide back up in the back. Thank you for your patience. All right, so we can now take payments with Stripe. That was the big one. And there is a note that I created that kind of goes through the tutorial there. Now, the big announcement I want to make today is an update to this. So if that wasn't enough, we now can do something that you cannot do with PayPal, which this is why I'm excited about it. You can set up trials and offers, discounts, and things like that with Stripe. Now, when you go in the Stripe settings of the app, so I'm not going to go into the whole how to set this up because there's a whole tutorial on Stripe, but this part that I'm going to cover right now, this next like minute or two, is not part of that tutorial because we just added this feature. So in Stripe settings, when you click on that, you're going to be able to enter an initial amount. And that means that you can make the first month, just like in PayPal, you can make the first month different than recurring months, right? However, unlike PayPal, you can make the first month 0 so that they can actually have a free period before the subscription kicks in, which is really cool. And you can also now create discounts, which wasn't set up initially when we did the announced Stripe. We kind of just announced it as is because we're still working out how to do the discount. So the discount setup, which is a little bit farther down, for that, you just create a new plan ID. So watch the tutorial on how to create a plan ID and a product and all that. You'll create a separate plan ID for that particular discount. So you're going to enter in the plan ID, and then you can add an initial amount here. And if you wanted to do a 100% discount, let me just check my notes because Renee told me how to do that. And I want to make sure I'm stating it accurately. He told me it a little bit late, and so I didn't have it in my notes, but I'm going to pull it up really quick because I closed it earlier. Just to be sure what he said. Okay, if you leave the initial at 0 and leave the plan ID blank, so leave it just how it actually is shown here, it will treat it as a 100% discount completely. But if you wanted to do the initial amount 0, you could just put that in the under the Stripe settings, under secret key, put in 0 or 1 or 2, whatever that is. And then whatever the amount you've set in Stripe for that, let's say it's $10 a month in Stripe, of a plan ID. You're going to put your plan ID for your $10 program here. but you're going to say, except the first period, let's charge this. And this could be 0, 1, 5, you know, you could go the opposite way too. You could say it's a $99 setup fee, and then after that, $10 a month. You can change the initial amount here. That was something that was not available when we released Stripe. I know a lot of you have asked for it, so I hope that makes you happy. And discount codes, just wanted to explain how to do that because I did not go over that in the tutorial. You simply create a new plan ID for that discounted amount and add it here. And if you wanted the initial amount to be something different, you add it here. The initial amount, if you don't want it to be different, you just enter in the same amount because it will prompt you and say, you can't leave this field blank, right? So if you don't have, let's say it's $10 a month and you don't have a special for the first month, it's going to be always $10 a month. You still have to enter $10 here. So just make sure that your initial amount is the same as your recurring if you don't want to have a different first amount, but you do have to enter something. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, we will definitely elaborate on that. If you guys have questions, ask. I will do my best to help you out with that. Let me see what else I had in my notes because I got all turned around here. That was it. Okay, so let me look at questions. And let me kind of do a little overview for those who are thinking, okay, this all sounds good, but I still don't know what the heck 22 Social is, or I don't have a 22 Social account. We have a few offers here for you that you can check out, but I want to explain to you how this whole thing works very briefly here before we wrap up. So basically you need a Facebook business page. That's what it starts with. You have to have that. They're free. They're easy to manage. They're searched by the index search engines. Or they're indexed by the search engines. Some people use them instead of a website. So they're pretty cool. And with 22 Social, it allows you to create these custom apps, these landing pages like the one Gail created today that are connected to your business page. And so when you share them, you can like match your branding. It's really cool. I highly recommend, so each one of these comes with a smart link. And that smart link I talked about earlier today, I highly recommend putting that in your call to action button. And if you check out that optimized video I linked to earlier, you'll see why. That's a very prominent button on mobile where most people are scrolling through. If they happen to land on your page from a mobile device, they will see that button pretty big right there in the center. So you want to kind of send them to whatever your offer is there. But you can create many of these. You can create up to 15 per business page. And when you first install them, it looks a little plain, right? It's just general, just here's your title, here's your subtitle, put an image here if you want, here's a couple of buttons. You can customize it to match your branding. You can put whatever you want in there, lots of widgets that we integrate with. It's connected to your business page, and once installed, you can add the text, the videos, the images, embedded forms, contact widgets, link it to your Facebook group, connect to Messenger, so many different things you can do. Really make it your own, and everything you create is mobile ready. So it comes with the smart link, what I was talking about before, which means that whenever you use that, do not copy the link you see at the browser. Very important. Just because you're on the page, sometimes people just want to copy the link at the top. Always, always, always use the smart link because you don't know if that person's visiting on mobile or desktop or a tablet, and the smart link is smart enough to figure out what the end user is reaching you on. So looks really good if you just get in the habit of using that mobile-friendly smart link. So I recommend creating it for lots of different things, but you can restrict access if you wanted to in 3 ways. We talked one about today was the membership, but you could do a free a gated app. So it's still gated, like they have to click through, but they're just confirming their identity and they're getting on like your email list, but they're not paying for anything, like a free download or a free video, or maybe you're registering for some free webinar or something like that. You could do sweepstakes and contests and lots of giveaways and things like that for lead generation. Now, if you wanted to charge money, you could charge a one-time payment, like a course, some type of digital ebook maybe they download. You could charge for your time. You could link to a calendar and have them book a session with you after they go through your gate and pay for that session, or some type of group training, maybe like a masterclass or webinar that's a paid event. You can charge for that a one-time fee. And what a lot of people like using 22 Social for is creating a page that using the Facebook login profile creates a recurring payment, like a subscription. So you can set that up with either Stripe or PayPal, and they pay you on a recurring basis. And so long as they're logged into Facebook with that ID that they signed up with, they will always have access to your content. You can use these cool things like the Chrome extension that color codes people's names to let you know, yes, they've paid, no, they haven't, when they're trying to access your group, or if it's time to take them out of your group. Really makes it convenient. So, a lot of pages do this. There's a lot of programs that do this, but not very many that I know of use the Facebook login and connect that to the payment profiles. So that's one of the reasons why I really love it, among others, but that's a big one. So here's in a nutshell the whole thing. We have more videos and training on specifically how to get into more of this, but a really high level view of the whole process. When someone sees that smart link, when you share it and they see that post in the newsfeed, they're going to hopefully click on it. That's going to take them to your app. They're going to start on the gate side, read whatever content you have there, and click a button, one of several buttons, or if you only have one, that either signs them up, registers them, enrolls them, whatever. It depends on if it's free, single pay, multiple pay, recurring, but they're going to click through and say yes. Then the app asks them to confirm their identity on their profile on Facebook. Is this you? Before you continue, let's just make sure. That's going to give them access going forward whenever they are logged in as this person. So very cool for protecting content, because the last thing people are going to want to share is their login profile for Facebook. So it makes it really secure. So their name and in picture will be here. It does pre-fill with their Facebook email. So if you want to tell them that, they can change it. You have a little option at the top where you can customize this message. This I also go into in that tutorial that I mentioned earlier when we talk about this particular page. But you don't have to edit this page. You could leave it as is. It'll be name, email, pretty self-explanatory, and they just check the box and click continue. So once they do that, they are saying, yes, this is me on Facebook. And they automatically get to see the other side. That's the main content side that is shown to people once they've registered, once they have access. And they'll be able to scroll through, browse all your content, whatever you've created on that side, this person now has access to. And whenever they come back using that same link, they will always see this side until they no longer have access. You on that back end are getting a profile in. You're going to have a list of all the people who've gone through your app, who registered or paid or enrolled. You'll have their name, email, information about them in the SRM tab, which is the Social Relationships Manager. And there, if this was a membership, it would list all of your members. If it's they're enrolling in some type of contest or giveaway, you'd have the option to choose a winner from this. There's a lot of, they can get referral links and increase their chances. There's a lot of cool things you could do with this. Specifically for memberships though, it'll link to that membership profile. This example here uses PayPal, so we'll update this as we get into that more with Stripe. But I love that I've been using PayPal for a long time with memberships, and on one end they are ABC Company LLC on PayPal, but on Facebook it's Susie Jones, and I don't know that Susie Jones is ABC LLC. I don't know that. This tells me that. I can click on this little P icon here. It'll take me straight to their PayPal profile, and it'll tell me who this Facebook person is over in my PayPal account. So that's pretty cool. So lots of cool ways to make your memberships run smoothly, run easy. I love that connecting the PayPal feature. I also love the Chrome Connect extension that we have, that we unveiled back in October. That's the one I mentioned earlier, that you click on you run the extension, and after setting up your colors, you choose, what active means, what inactive means, and it will turn those people, those colors in your group. So with tools like this, with the 22 Social installed, with the blueprint to guide you and the right tools to get it all done, you could see results like many of our members. Here's one screenshot from Will Irish. This is what it looks like every morning with just one of his subscription products. And like I said, you could have up to 15 per business page. And on some of our higher plans, you can have multiple pages and so we have all kinds of cool ways to do that. I think 15 is plenty for most people, but this is just one out of those that Will Irish is getting really good results from. So if this is interesting to you and you want to learn more, or you're wondering, what's next, right? What's the first step I got to take? It's different for everybody. What we want you to do is take an assessment. We've created a Dream Builder self-assessment that will tell you what the right actions are for you at the right time based on where you are on your journey. Are you just learning? Are you in the earn phase, or are you ready to scale? So this assessment, the Dream Builder self-assessment, it's a free assessment. You can take it to get a customized plan, and it'll tell you where you are based on your journey. So check that out at 22s.com/dream. That's also where you'll be able to check out our Dream Builder bundle, and enroll in the group, like join the Facebook group, get your share link to refer other people to check out the assessment and the bundle and all of that. And the reason you want to do that is because we actually, every week, we give this whole bundle away. So this Dream Builder Blueprint that I kind of skimmed over at the beginning, we have a course. It's called the Dream Builder Blueprint course, where you can learn how to do all of those things that we talked about today and on previous sessions, how to structure your offer, pricing points, delivery, how to do it in a systemized way that allows you to move from one stage to the next so that you can grow and you can scale. You'll also get with this course a year of the 22 Social platform so that you can build as you learn. So everything we teach in the course is implementable with the software. So check it out. There's a bundle deal going on right now. It's an amazing price. You can head over to 22s.com/dream. There you'll be able to check it out. You'll also be entered to win this whole bundle for free. So if you've already have 22 Social, you've already entered, keep referring other people, because if you are the chosen winner, you get this added on for free. So you'll get a free year. When the current one expires, you won't have to pay for your next year. So definitely check that out. Again, 22s.com/dream. And so, like I said, every week we have a winner. So I'm going to announce what today's winner is this week. Who's going to get that free bundle and a free year of 22 Social? Dun, dun, dun. Yay. Gail Reynolds Frank from Tampa, Florida. You are our lucky winner chicken dinner. You're going to get a year of the 22 Social platform. It's the unlimited members, unlimited features, plus the Dream Builder Blueprint course to get you on the right track. So check that out. Message us. We'll get you all hooked up with that. You can click the button at the top of this page. Just message the Facebook page, 22 Social, m.me/22 Social. We'll get you there too. It's the same link. And yeah, I hope that this was really helpful. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony saying awesome. Gail, thank you for saying all those nice things. I really, really love doing this. I love helping. That's why I set up my membership to do that. So if you didn't get, your app reviewed and you want to do that again, I never know when we're going to do it. I'm going to try to do them like quarterly. I don't really have a plan for doing them here on 22 Social, but I personally do these every week in my own membership. So if anyone wants information about that, let me know. And I can give you guys a really super deal on that right now. I'm going to run a special pretty soon, but I'll give it to you guys early. Other than that, ask questions in the Facebook group. You can, there's a lot of helpful people in there, and you can get to the Facebook group. The direct link is at 22s.com/dream. Take your free assessment, check out the bundle, refer some people, get entered to win, all kinds of goodies. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I know I was talking like a chipmunk, but I wanted to get it done in an hour. And I did. Woo! All right, everyone. Have a good one. Take care.